Today's episode is brought to you by JerkSwag.
For all your fish and supply needs, head to Angler's Alley. Here you'll find decades of experience with seasoned boat captains and expert fishermen. And when it comes to lures and jigs, you'll find the master baiters at Angler's Alley are eager to help you wrangle your rod. Angler's Alley Fishing Supply. Our dynamic trio of sports enthusiasts and longtime friends bring you the latest sports news, heated debates, and offbeat stories from the wide world of sports. Whether you're a diehard fan or just enjoy a good laugh, we've got you covered. Are your balls out?
Suck it, jabroni.
Hey, are you ready? Are you done fucking around?
Hey. Yo.
I do not have peanut butter on my list here.
Oh, my goodness. That's ridiculous.
You're listening to the Balls Out Sports Podcast. Here are your hosts, Ala, Crispy, and Jonas Mount.
Jeez.
All right, everybody, welcome into the program. You heard the man. I am Jonas Mount. To my left, we've got Ala, who is on some kind of injured list.
I'm not on some kind of injured list. I'm on the injured list. Oh, I'm going to make it through. Hold up. I got a little stiff.
Pause.
Oh.
Also,
Hey,
moving to
that's what
Greenville,
she
South
said.
Carolina, we've got Crispy joining us.
What's up, family?
He can have it today because I'm in pain.
Oh my goodness.
see
All
this?
of that because his finger hurts?
It's not my
What's
finger.
up?
Pod Wars, baby. Somebody tried to run me off the road. I'm still here.
Oh,
I'm here for
my
the people.
goodness.
I'm here for the people.
So
okay?
here's what happened. I'm not going to tell your story, but usually what we do when we prepare for the show is we talk about the things that we're going to discuss, right? We've got ourselves a list, and at the beginning of that list, it's always, hey, we weren't necessarily around one another. Some of us are in different parts of the state. How was your weekend? What did you do? Did you enjoy some football? Did you spend some time with the family? How was Thanksgiving? Blah 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 blah. So it's like, cool. This is fun. This is something that we're going to do. We enjoy doing that. We like to let you all know kind of what's going on with us, and we actually encourage you to do the same. You can check us out right now on YouTube Live. So let us know how your weekend went. What did you think of the football? How was your Thanksgiving? Was your turkey worth anything? Did you burn the house down? I mean, all the above. So we have this. We put this list together, and then all of a sudden, I realized what Ala was going to talk about. Now, I can't keep him from having this conversation, but I've already heard it once.
Ooh.
Now
excited.
you're going to have to hear it yourselves,
Nope.
because we're going to get into the conversation about how everyone's weekend was.
I'll go last.
Because obviously we want the attention on ourselves.
I don't want attention. I'm just letting you
Is
know
he-
I'm playing. I'm over here playing injured. All right.
Is
That's
he
it.
flipping me off?
No.
Oh,
yep.
yeah, the entire show. That's what
Yep.
exactly is going to happen. In fact, he's
Wow.
flipping everybody off all the time. So
Wow.
Oh, it's so hard to even lift this on.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus, I don't know.
Is this from SummerSlam that you were just in?
No, SummerSlam was an amazing PLE. We will get to that later.
Oh goodness. I didn't know if you were in that and that's why you're injured.
I probably was in War Games, but no, I was trying to fight these pod wars out here in these streets because I heard we was $9.99 on the sports and recreational podcast list.
Struggle's real.
$9.99, baby. We top 1,000.
Real.
Oh, so we've already started this conversation. So why don't you just elaborate and tell us further what happened? What happened to you? You were in a car accident, right?
I thought everybody
Hey,
was.
can we put a
was on.
timer on this?
We can't.
Let's give him 5 minutes. 5 minutes max.
I can't.
We
I
can get this
can't.
done in 5.
First of all, it took me 5 minutes to realize that in the blink of an eye, it could have all been taken away. But I had to make it back for the people. Because the people need me. And I need the people. So, I made it out of that sticky situation. And I'm back here for you guys.
I can't take you seriously.
Oh my gosh. I
You're
can't.
so
I can't do
ridiculous.
this. This is like one of those promos I watched on the WrestleManias I've been watching. This guy just needs all the sympathy. Oh, God. And it's all fake. It's all fake, right?
Yeah, it is. It's true.
No, I really was ran off the road on Sunday night.
Well, that part's true. Yeah.
Oh.
But he's milking the rest of this.
How am I milking this? You don't know what pain I'm in?
That's right.
You're not inside my... Well,
Nasty is not being sensitive to your needs right now.
that's what I'm saying.
What kind of host is
You're
this?
not inside my body.
Pause. All right.
I like how you finally got the pause in the right spot. You're not inside my body. These pod wars in these streets. They tried to run me off the road for getting that information to getting us $9.99 on the Sports and Recreational Podcast list. All right?
Is that how much we have to pay? What is this $9.99 thing?
I was like...
That's our ranking, apparently.
Yeah, we the top 1,000.
Yeah.
I was like a la born in these streets. Barricade, boom, bounce off, pinball, slide, rainy.
Do we have
all-terrain weather? Now, apparently, I won't get into that.
You didn't have your dash cam hot?
I should have, but my crash detection really caught me, though.
It did. I mean, look, in all seriousness, Allah was run off the road. The same individual that ran him off the road apparently hit somebody else.
You wait till I catch you.
Pinged off of him, hit somebody else, and then took off. And they don't know who it is.
You wait till I catch you. I'm going to whoop your ass. That's what I'm going to let you know.
So you were the reason why 26 was backed up for 3 hours. Thanks a lot.
I'm a public figure now, okay? So, yes.
So
he had to come get me off the road first because traffic had stopped at that moment. You know?
Trying to get photos of you because you're a public figure. In the fetal position.
One arm like this.
Sucking his thumb.
Oh.
With the phone. With the other hand.
Try to hit up Instagram.
I'm on
Make sure you catch BallzOut Sports
I'm
Tuesday night.
I'm on the overpass. Come get me.
Oh my gosh.
I can't even look at you. I can't even look at you when you're making those faces. You are out of control.
That's how it was,
Did
man.
mom call or
Huh?
did mom call? She check in on you?
No, she came straight there. The crash detection alerted her too. She was there.
My baby.
Oh, she loves me.
Heat getting hot.
You know what's getting hot? Me.
Where are we at on that 5-minute timer?
I think we're at about 4 minutes right now. We don't have a lot of time left.
I'll finish this up for us. Finish strong. Come on.
One thing I'm thankful for this holiday season is making it back to the people. Injured list and all. I could have called out. I didn't.
I mean, I had to come get you, but
you did.
Darn.
You drove me here because now I'm scared to drive anymore because we hot in these streets. Pod wars, baby.
That Uber Plus service.
Hey, tell the boss to pay the ticket. I'll gladly invoice it over.
Hey, BallzOut Sports, we could expense this little ride for you.
Is there medical coverage here?
No.
God damn it.
No.
You can donate
You're lucky
to the
to get-
Patreon.
Patreon.
You'd like to get any kind of coverage.
So we can donate to the Patreon. Okay.
Patreon.
We do have a Patreon. You can donate to that for Allah's medical bills.
If you want to.
Yeah.
I'll send you on my Cash App, my Apple Cash, my Venmo, my PayPal.
You're going to be like those individuals that ride down the road that have their at with their Cash App or their Venmo
social,
or whatever.
Like with the QR code?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. The vehicle is in the shop now. Hopefully it could come. It was really damaged. So I don't know how I made it out of there. But yeah, now I'm putting the 10 on there.
All the airbags.
I don't know.
I see a little bit of residue still on your face.
I won't go that far.
The airbag.
Whoa. Not my face. Pause. All right. I won't go there. But I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it through this one.
Okay.
You're a warrior.
Great.
You are a
Great to
warrior.
know. Thank you for being here. Really.
Woo!
I mean, we couldn't
There we go.
do it without you.
You are an inspiration.
Yeah. All right, Crispy. Since Allah took up the majority of our sort of our introduction time, how was your weekend?
Well, good thing is, my weekend was quiet as usual.
He might
Had
have
to
ran me
work
off the
on-
road. So,
For those of you that can't see this,
so he's not saying no.
He's not saying no.
All right, exactly.
Trying to get, one-on-one time, maybe a little bit more FaceTime for me. I figured a little sabotage might work, but you still
Sabotage.
I
showed up.
told you, Pod Wars. You've been Pod Wars in these streets, man. I can't even.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm surviving.
Yeah, Turkey Day was quiet, had a little family gathering, watched some football, ate some really good food, played a very interesting game. Allah, let me preface before I even say this, it is a clean game. There's nothing nasty about this. The name of the game was Mind the Gap.
I'm gonna choose.
Nice
listen,
job.
Listen,
I appreciate you not jumping on that one.
whoa, I don't jump on things.
Come on, I'm trying.
Secondly, I gotta watch my words because I'm at a word. Pitches at a pitch count. I'm at a word count.
Okay,
So-
I got you. Are you on any kind of medication currently?
Recreational.
Okay, all right. A little pregame. I wish I would have got the heads up. This would have been very interesting. So this game was very fun. It was a generational kind of game. It went all the way back to the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Got up into the 80s, 90s, 2000s. But it was a real fun family game. You had all the different generations there. So it was a real fun game. Ate some turkey. Watched some. I guess it was football on Thursday. It was. Kinda, but thankfully, Sunday we had some really good football. Saturday night was some really good football, so was able to watch a lot of wins on my side, if you will. So real fun weekend for me. How about you, Nasty?
Yeah, just pretty much the same. Not much, not much going on as far as that's concerned. Just had some kids and stuff and grandkids over at the house.
You had a kid?
That's the same thing I was gonna ask.
What happened?
You
What
had
did I
more-
say now?
You have more kids?
Oh my God.
Crispy said it too.
I didn't say nothing.
He said you had some more kids.
All right. I had my children at the house with their children. We
better.
watched football. We ate turkey. Boom. There you go. That was my weekend.
That's
This is really how I'm going to have to talk moving forward. Like this is how it's going to have to be. I'm going to have to say these things in
Why are
very
you-
short,
Why are you knife handing the camera?
spiraling.
Why
Of.
why are you knife handing the camera?
This is what I'm going to have to do.
Look, I can't
This
even
is
knife
what
hand right now. Look at this. Look at this.
have
Look at
to
this. Look at this.
do.
Look at this. I
This-
can't even knife hand.
Is how I must talk. I will have to think about every word I say before I say it. I think this might actually work out. All right. So a ton to get to tonight. We've got time. Hopefully we won't have to talk too much more about car accidents and glizzies and
I didn't say nothing about a glizzy.
I did. I said I literally had a conversation with a couple of people today, and they were very excited about having glizzies. I'm just saying. That's just literally how that worked out.
Ooh, glizzy galore.
I mean, when they're good, they're good. I mean, you can't say much else about that. We will talk quite a bit about football. Obviously, we had rivalry weekend in college football this past weekend. Some good games, some not so good games. We had Thanksgiving Day games. We had our very first Black Friday game.
Yep, nobody watched it.
Wow. Then, of course, we had Sunday games where I actually made some comments that I didn't think that the games were going to be all that great, that the matchups weren't all that great. Actually turned out to be a pretty reasonably entertaining Sunday when it came down to football matchups. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But, when it comes to individuals who know how to overcome adversity, Allah, you could probably learn a thing or two.
I did overcome adversity.
You could learn a thing or two from
Sunday night.
from Scott Hansen. of NFL Red Zone. Of
my
course, a channel and a program that we all love. If you do not love NFL Red Zone broadcast,
My God.
you need to get your head checked. That's the reality of the thing.
Yeah.
Now, it's still unclear what sparked the alarm at the NFL Red Zone studios in Southern California on Sunday afternoon. However, Scott Hansen was dealing with this. I mean, it left all of us stunned because he's doing his part. He's having, his typical, red zone conversation. It's during the late slate of games. Apparently, a building alarm starts going off in the background of the NFL Red Zone broadcast, and Hansen announces that he and the rest of the crew have to evacuate the studios. Here, take a listen.
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a first in my 20-something year broadcasting career. We have an alarm going off in the studios of NFL Red Zone right now, in our studios here in Inglewood, California. We are being told we need to evacuate the building. We do not know the nature of the emergency. You can probably hear the alarm going right over the top of my right shoulder here. As it is something absolutely unprecedented for us. We have this game. Yes. Well,
I mean, there you go.
That's how it sounded when they was coming to get me.
That's how, that right there is something you can learn.
That's how it sounded Sunday night when they were coming to get me.
That is somebody who knows how to deal with adversity, who can deal with it and move on with strength and perseverance, not one who feels compelled to gain the sympathy of others because of maybe a little rap on their finger. But
you're not being thoughtful right now. This is a little
I am being very thoughtful, actually.
This is a little hurtful.
Very insensitive.
Thank you, Crispy. This is insensitive.
So were y'all watching this live when this transpired?
Yes.
No, I was out of commission.
Oh yeah. So when it first started,
He said, "Oh yeah."
You heard something, then they kind of went away for a little while. Then you heard it again, and the sirens kept on going off. And
the what?
I got my dog.
The what?
Sirens. So the sirens were going off, and my dog's running around like crazy, right? And I'm
From
like,
the
"What is going on?"
sirens.
Yeah, the sirens. Like the whoop, whoop, those things. So I'm like, yo, what's going on here? So I thought, one of my smoke detectors was going off or something like that.
From the sirens.
But come to find out, it was on what are they called?
The sirens.
Sirens?
Yeah, sirens.
That's no reens in there. No sirens.
All right, sorry. I'll just add that to my dictionary.
Yeah, sirens. SIRENS. If it was sirens, it would be two E's. It's not. It's just one E. Sirens.
Okay.
Sirens.
All right.
Actually, I don't know what. You know what? I wish we hadn't said anything. Sometimes it's better not to say anything. Just let it roll.
He said it about 4 times.
I know, but just let it go.
Because his dog, let it go.
Sorry.
Or don't. Yeah, one or the other.
I won't. All right. I won't say nothing else.
Sirens.
I don't want to mess up the English language anymore.
That is impossible. He's just going to go back to watching the game. He doesn't want to talk anymore about it.
Oh, man.
All right.
Sirens.
Moving right along. So this show's great. So, all right. So I guess we're moving on. Did he leave? Oh, he left. I thought he left for a second.
He's quiet. I told you. I'm on the minutes limit. Sirens over here. He muted himself. What's going on?
He's like, I'm going to talk just so I can hear myself talk.
The sirens are going off in the background, guys. All right. Christian.
Whoop, whoop.
Christian for post put a siren right there. The red light. Clip it up. Sirens.
No, nothing's getting clipped up right there.
He's going to clip it up. Put a siren right in my hand. Come on.
Fantastic. All right. I'm just waiting for you.
Back
I'm
to
just-
regular schedule
I'm just
program.
waiting for you. We're
He
just
didn't
here.
even finish his siren story.
I was just waiting for somebody to finish something.
I don't have any. After the sirens were done, they went back. They were, you just played the rest of the clip. I just wanted to know if you guys heard it in real time.
I did.
I heard it real time. It threw me for a loop. The sirens going off, and the dog was running around. That was my part. So I had
Nice.
nothing else for it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I kind of caught it in the background. Like it was one of those things where there was a lot of noise going on in the house anyway. Like when this was happening.
What was the noise?
Children.
No, on the thing.
do you
Scott.
mean?
What was in the background for Scott Hansen?
There were alarms going off.
Oh, okay.
Didn't we already discuss that part?
No, I wanted you to say the word.
No, I don't need to because there were alarms. They were referred to as alarms.
Oh, no sirens?
No, because that's actually not part of the story.
All right, sorry.
So the alarms were going off. So I'm watching, but I'm not really looking at it. Kind of back and forth. You got a lot of commotion and stuff going on in the room. So I'm going back and forth, and then all of a sudden I thought I could hear it, and I'm like, wait a minute, hang on a second. I turn up the volume, and that's at the point where he's about midway through the explanation, and I'm like, wow. And then for a minute, because obviously we just played you a small clip of it, it keeps going, and I'm like, okay, so is he evacuating or is he not evacuating? And then he was actually only gone for a few minutes before he comes back. But when he comes back on the air, the alarm is actually still going when he comes back on the air. They haven't gotten actually the alarm taken care of. So it takes a few more minutes. Eventually they do. But Scott Hansen's the man. It was typical him to just be able to just go and keep going without even giving it a thought. I mean, you can imagine Scott being the last person to leave the room. Like all the production crew, everybody's already leaving, and he's probably, yeah, go. I got it. Just go. I'll be out there in a second. I guarantee you, everybody's outside the parking lot. And he's the last person to leave the room. I guarantee you, he's the last guy.
Yeah, he's the captain with the ship.
Yeah, 100%.
He's going down with it.
100% going down with the ship. Yes. You know what? It actually reminds me of a question that I meant to ask the last couple of weeks. Is we oftentimes talk about the red zone and how much we enjoy it. What happened to? Damn it! I had his name earlier today, and I forgot to write it down. Who was the other guy that did red zone with Hansen? Because there were two of them for a while.
Ooh, you talk. I hate to even use the reference.
Oh, the guy with the very
man, it's.
I mean, he did have very large ears. I mean, they did.
Is it him?
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
He's got an.
I haven't seen him.
Probably,
He's got an Italian name as well.
Yeah, Italian name for sure. He still does NFL Network stuff.
There it is, Andrew Siciliano. That's right.
Oh, he do got some big ass ears.
He does.
He do got some big ass ears.
Yeah, he hosted the original. He was the original.
I didn't realize who you were talking about. That was before my money time. Like I was poor, so I didn't have red zone.
You didn't have red zone back then?
Yeah, no.
Siciliano was actually pretty good.
He got some big ass ears.
Not bad.
No, he's very short.
He does a lot of the training camp stuff. I saw him a lot during the training camp stuff that they were doing.
Okay. Because for a while, both of them were doing red zone
together.
They would. I think it would. One of them would do the 1 p.m. slate of games. The other one would do the 4 or something like that. I think there was a time where both of them were actually on there together. I think that's the case. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, if that's the case, or maybe you have a little bit more to add to that. So, well, we stay with the NFL, and I want to get to this story because I've read a few articles about this over the course of the last couple of days, and I'm on the fence about what I think should have happened in this particular case. But of course, as many of you know by now, the Carolina Panthers, of course, have fired head coach Frank Reich.
Say what? They did?
They fire him.
Didn't even know that.
You were on the IR. So they fire him, and then of course the special teams coordinator was taking over as interim head coach for the remainder of the season, and he made the decision after he was promoted to then fire Josh McCown and Deuce
Staley?
Staley.
So he fired them.
Basically,
Salty.
So that didn't come from the owner
Salty.
or the GM.
I don't know. They didn't get down to specifics about who was the first person to say, I need you to do this. Because as far as the interim head coach is concerned, he comes from a special teams coordinator position, and he walks in, he's the new head coach. At that point right there, if the owner walks up to you or the GM walks up to you and says, hey, I need you to go fire those other two guys, you're going to freaking do it. Like you're going to do it. That's exactly what you're going to do.
I wouldn't come in here and do that to y'all.
You're the special teams coach? Okay.
If I took over, I wouldn't do that.
Well, I mean,
Hey, what's the quarterback's name again?
I don't even watch football.
Bryce Young.
Yeah, thanks. I'm just writing that down on here in my notes. He was the number one pick, by the way. He was the number I
one
know.
pick.
I have disrespected this guy the entire time. I apologize. I cannot for the life of me remember this guy's name.
And he won the Heisman.
I know.
And he played at Bama.
That's probably part of it. That's probably
Roll
part of
Tide.
it. That's probably part of it. Oh God.
So let's talk about this firing of the coaches. So if you don't already know, I absolutely hate the firing of coaches mid-season. I don't know what the benefit of this is. They've only won one game all year. You might as well finish out the year and suck it up. Let this guy get some time with this kid. I mean, we got 11 games in, 12 games in. Is this the full body of work that you're going to get out of
Does it?
Bryce Young?
He's still looking his pad when he
It's
looks for his
still
name.
early.
I saw that.
This is a team sport. This is more than Bryce Young not being able to produce. They got a trash offensive line. They got no wide receivers that this kid can throw to. The running back, I don't know. And this defense hasn't been playing. If anything, they should have went to Frank Wright and said, you need to go fire your offensive and your defensive coordinator. Get you someone new in here. Let's roll.
But
firing Frank Wright, I do not. I hate it. I hate when. Is that a bell? Like I'm done already? What's that?
How could he do that though?
We're not hearing anything you're hearing, dude.
Yeah, what's up? Oh no, that's Christian playing with his bottle over here apparently. But that was a bell. He was trying to tell you to wrap it up. I didn't know if I was on
a timer already.
Yeah, he was telling you to wrap it up.
I hate the firings mid-season. I don't see what the benefit of it is. Yeah, so I hate it. Let's talk about what if Bryce Young's not coachable? If we think about that, I mean, they're saying that, Frank Wright was brought in to be this quarterback whisperer. He was supposed to take Bryce Young to the next level. He's going to be the answer. He's going to be able to make him the next coming of the quarterbacks, right?
But
what if Bryce Young can't be coached?
Wasn't it reports out there that he didn't even want Bryce Young, though? He wanted to take a different quarterback. So he didn't want Bryce Young, and it came from ownership to draft Bryce at number one.
Yeah, there's mixed reviews about that. I think originally what we heard originally was rumor that Frank did not want Bryce Young, that he wanted C.J. Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
But when he basically put those rumors to bed by coming out and defending ownership. And
you have to.
Well, you have to. You
Right.
you did not need that to get out of control that early. So he comes out and says, no, this was a group decision. We made the decision and we wanted to go Bryce Young, and we stick with that. Obviously, at this point now, with Bryce being gone, Josh McCown also being gone, you're hearing. I read another article where a lot of people are saying that McCown and Frank Reich both didn't want Bryce Young there.
So that's why they both gone.
Well, yeah, and I mean, look, the reality is that
that's shady. First of all,
reality is that owner doesn't know how to run an NFL team,
and that shows you that there's no loyalty in NFL.
Well, the problem with Tepper running this team is that he runs the team like he runs his business, right? And he's a hedge fund guy, okay? So
he's buying and selling, and selling.
No quick return, so I'm gonna
I gotta go. And yeah, so the adage is don't let one mistake become two. So the idea is, it's not going to work, so let's move on. This isn't working, let's move on. Let's cash it in, let's move on. We're not making money. All right, we got to find another way to make money.
But he shouldn't even have the team. if it wasn't for that Richardson situation afterwards.
Yeah.
Well,
So how
that's
you gonna
true, but
come in here
Richardson
and
was an
change-
idiot anyway. He
Well,
wasn't the great owner himself.
I
So
mean, he was racist too.
Right.
But neither here nor there, right? So, but you come in there, you get the team, and now all of a sudden you just make drastic changes. Didn't he like change where they go to like training camp and all of that stuff too? Like, that's that's a lot of things.
Who's gonna want to come there and be a coach?
And see, that's the next
I
question.
agree.
That is a huge, huge question mark at this point because it's, well, hold on a second. If I don't perform the way he expects me to in the first 10 games of my tenure, should I expect to be fired? Do I want that on my resume?
Even if you don't have a say in a pick,
Right.
you don't have a say in roster moves. What is he, Jerry Jones Jr. now?
Right.
Oh, worse.
He's the coach, GM, and everything. And
He's
owner?
going to be signing coaches to 1-year contracts.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not even signing them to a 3, 4, 5 year.
yeah,
I'll
and
get you to a 1-year, $5 million. Let's go.
yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are saying that, that Tepper, obviously he's got enough money, he doesn't have to worry about it, but basically saying he doesn't care about the money. He looks at it like a stock. If you make a poor investment, there's a sunk cost, boom, and then you move on. The problem with that is in the NFL, if you keep churning through coaches and scouts and different philosophies and everything else, you wind up with a collection of talent that go together, that don't go together, right? You just keep reaching. You're grasping. Like, all right, let's bring the next thing in. Let's bring the next person in. Let's do the next thing. Let's do the next
wasn't that what
philosophy.
Reich was supposed to be? Because how do you pronounce his name? It looks weird.
Right.
Spelling it, right?
Yeah.
Well, because he was like a former quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first quarterback in their franchise history was supposed to get some time there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't move on that quickly. What was the purpose of bringing him in? You had Wilkes last year.
Yeah.
Now that looks a little funny,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't want to say nothing, but okay.
Yeah, he was a defensive-minded coach. Maybe that's what they need. That's what you're talking about, right, Ala?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get too cute. I don't know. Maybe he has to go to the college rank coach there. I don't know. Maybe I still think that sometimes these owners make these decisions too abruptly, and I understand that he went all in on this Bryce Young guy, and I don't know. Maybe he's not the quarterback that they were hoping to get.
Well,
I know they're dealt with it. I mean, they got him for at least 5 years if they want, but
or maybe you
I
just
don't
put
know.
a damn line in front of him.
yeah,
And
protect him.
get him some receivers instead of trading your top receiver away for some draft picks and then getting rid of those draft picks too. They still never got the
DJ
damn top pick. Like, that's crazy.
DJ Moore is looking good up there in Chicago.
And Chicago got the first. They're gonna get the first 2 picks.
Yeah, they're gonna have 2 out of the top 5 because they did win yesterday. So, kind of hurt a little bit of their draft stock, but
Yeah. One last piece I want to talk about when it comes to the coaching staff and what's gone on in Carolina over the last couple of seasons. I mean, if you remember correctly, when Tepper, a lot of what he said about Matt Rule, for example, was that Rule had hired too many assistants who weren't ready, right? Tepper, of course, goes public and talks about it after firing Rule, that no company would just hire one guy, then let that guy hire everyone else. And he asked why it was like that in pro football. So when Reich was hired, he then attempted to adjust by saying, okay, Reich, I need you to bring together a diverse all-star staff with depth and experience. So he does that. He hired a lot of good coaches, but they're coaches from different places with different ideas, with all these different, so it's something like that. It's going to take time. It's like asking players who have never played together all of a sudden to come together and expect there to be this great chemistry right off the rip. When you bring in a bunch of different coaches from different philosophies and everything else, it's going to take time for those individuals themselves to get right, to understand each other, to get on the same page with their philosophy and how they're going to approach the game week in and week out, how they're going to approach practices. So they had one off season, right? Mm-hmm. They have one training camp and 10 games during the regular season. And now all of a sudden it's time to fire the coach. I think in this particular case it was premature. I really do. I don't know that the hire was necessarily the right one to begin with. It may have been a little bit more of a knee-jerk reaction, but because Tepper wanted to go quarterback early, and we all knew that they were going that direction anyway, obviously having moved to the top of the draft, it was, well, let me bring in a guy who knows quarterbacks. Well, you got to give him time.
That's what anything.
The problem too is that he's looking across he's looking across the country and he's seeing CJ Stroud do what he's doing and expecting that Bryce Young should have walked in and been able to do the same thing if we quote unquote hired a quarterback guru, right?
Can we just, for argument's sakes, maybe Frank did want Bryce Young and the owner wanted CJ, and now the owner's like, you guys screwed up and picked the wrong one.
But you still fire him for that.
Well, he fires him because, hey, I entrusted in you to make the right call and you didn't, and now it's going to cost me for the next 3 to 4 years.
But the owner has to sign off on that eventually anyway too, though. So there's still some level of responsibility for all.
He could be persuaded in the fact that he went and got this quarterback whisperer,
right?
And he entrusted in him to make the right call, and he didn't.
But like you said yourself, though, too, it's still firing him mid-season was too premature. It doesn't.
Oh, no, I'm with the I hate the firing piece, but for argument's sakes and to kind of decide on why he did, maybe Frank was the one that wanted Bryce Young.
Could be.
And it was smoke and mirrors around the whole CJ thing.
Come on now.
We won't ever know until there's a documentary on Prime and Netflix 30 years from now.
And I don't even think we want to see that, do we?
No, I definitely don't.
Exactly.
Not as a Falcons.
You want to know why documentary?
Why Cam Newton didn't get on that fumble in the Super Bowl? Because from there, his career went off the cliff.
Yeah, the whole franchise hasn't been able to adjust to that.
And some people say he took a dive. That is out there, literally. When he didn't jump on that football, they say he took the dive. Because from there, the arm injury happens, and then getting out of Carolina, and then the downhill, and then going to Patriots, and then they ain't rebound, and then trade McCaffrey, and then all of this stuff that they got now.
Yeah, the Carolina's had a lot of bad moves recently. A lot of bad moves.
Yeah.
Good for them. They deserve it.
Oh,
that's rude.
Hey, now.
That's rude.
Wow.
Not the hometown team.
Oh, not my hometown. Well, wait a second.
Yeah. They closer to you than they are us.
They're a lot closer. Well,
I like Charlotte, though. Charlotte's a nice place.
It is.
I do like that city.
Queen City's nice. I like it.
Hard Wars. That's where it happened.
You went to Charlotte and people found out?
Yep. $9.99. That's how we got there.
All right. So, no, I'm not going to talk about that. All right. So,
what are we talking about? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, let's talk about it real quick. James Madison.
Oh my gosh.
Gets into a bowl game, even though they're not supposed to have gotten into a bowl game because they haven't done the full 2 years transitioning over from the FCS to the FBS.
What is that?
Oh, God. This is why I shouldn't have talked about this.
No, I know what it is. But
okay.
It just sounds like FCS, FBS.
FBS, yeah.
Just college football.
Well, of course, everybody likes to say FBS. It's just BS. But, they've got themselves an 11-1 record. They only lost to Appalachian State this year. James Madison ranked number 24th in the country. They get themselves, into a bowl game. And the only reason why they got themselves into a bowl game, and it's cool that they did because they're 11-1. They've made this transition over to the FBS. They're a smaller school. They've played really good football this year. They're ranked 24th in the country. But the article basically reads, and the conversation is, well, you got here because there are not enough 6-win teams that would be bowl eligible. So, because they're like, I think 4 or 5 teams shy of enough to completely fill all of the bowl games because you have to win at least 6 games to be bowl eligible. And I think the last time I saw it was there was like 4 or 5 that were. They're still looking for a way to put other teams in bowl games because there's not enough teams that have got 6 wins.
So
That's because they have 600 different bowl games.
Right.
Listen, I gotta
Cut out all the damn bowl games. You don't need all of them.
I gotta watch the Duke's Mayo bowl game too, or the
Unfortunately, we've won that here recently.
or the Penske Auto Parts O'Reilly's bowl game.
We're gonna have the BallzOut Sports bowl games.
We should sponsor our own bowl game.
I
if
mean,
that's the case.
I mean, there's a couple of teams that need a game. So
Let's take the 1-win teams. Let's get them out there. Let's get them some notoriety.
Matter of fact, we might as well get Colorado.
I was just gonna say, why as well just get Colorado because everybody wants them in a bowl game. They're not eligible, but we make them eligible.
That's Pod Wars, baby.
I want to see.
I'm out here.
I want to see Prime in a bowl game.
Classic Appalachian State to go and beat an undefeated team.
Yeah, I mean,
James Madison, guys. I thought they only played basketball there.
It's what they've done, though. App State, my God. By the way, just saw this popped up. So
the Knicks won. I thought you was reading that. Sorry.
So 82 spots were available for bowl season, but only 79 teams had attained the necessary 6-win threshold. Thus, slots 80 and 81 were presented to James Madison and Jacksonville State, solidifying the first ever bowl appearances for 2 of the youngest FBS programs. The 82nd and final slot belongs to Minnesota, the 5-7 team with the highest academic progress rate, which is a measure of a university's graduation and retention rates for academically eligible athletes. So they found a way to fill them in.
Word. That sounds great.
Gotta love it.
Nice.
Next topic.
Good for James Madison, though.
Yeah, good for them.
Finishing 24th. I mean, look, there's a lot of really good football teams out there that are not ranked in the top 25.
Like Colorado.
Yes.
Like Syracuse.
Maybe they're not all really good football teams.
Like Rutgers.
They're just football teams. Like South Carolina.
Whoa! Stop it.
Is South Carolina ranked in the top 25? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Christian, camera.
Am I wrong?
We got that right there. See it?
I'm not wrong, though.
No, it's not. It's a popcorn tin.
Oh.
Of
the
University
the
of
meat
South
and
Carolina.
cheese tray? I thought you were going to have a meat and cheese tray today.
Who, me?
Well, you know he can't. You know why, right?
I'm out of commission.
No, not him. You.
Me?
Yeah, you said.
When did I say I was going to have a meat and cheese tray?
You said last episode, right here, you made the pointing gesture.
He did.
That you were going to have a meat and cheese tray.
A charcuterie tray.
Yeah, I can't see it. That's why I call it a meat and cheese tray.
Did you just say charcuterie?
That's what the guy said on the Hard Knocks for the Jets this year, remember? He said, yo, I love that charcuterie tray.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Yeah.
Tray.
Yeah, episode 10.
Yeah.
Episode 10 of
that.
this or of...
No, last episode you definitely said you was going to have
My bad.
Yeah.
All right, my fault. I'll have one for the next episode.
My bad. You had to come pick me up. You're right. My bad.
I'll have one for the next episode.
Fault. Okay.
Yeah. He had to come. Whoa, his fault. That's who's his?
Yeah.
Me?
I didn't put
Yeah,
my
you.
meat and cheese tray together because I didn't want to outdo your meat and cheese tray, but I guess I need to go.
This is crazy. We're talking about meats.
Give
We
me
gotta
5
stop it.
minutes. I'll be back. I'll have a nice charcuterie board put together for us.
I'm sitting this one out if we're talking meats.
Why, you don't like meat?
I'm not Arby's. I don't like all the meats.
Right.
Meat.
Here we go.
All right.
What's
Speaking
next
of
topic
meat,
Maybe Arby's sponsors a bowl too.
I think they do already, don't they?
The Arby's All Meats Bowl.
I'm pretty sure they already sponsor a bowl. Everybody's Chick-fil-A sponsors a bowl. They still.
But that's a
sponsor
big game though.
It is a pretty good sized game.
They got a good game.
Yeah.
Hey, what was
Yep.
it? Remember?
Oh, they
Arby's
do got-
beef and cheddar bowl. Oh no, is that actually just a bowl?
Oh, if they had a bowl game, I was about to say.
I thought that's actually what it was. I was like, well, this is typical of a bowl. Arby's beef and cheddar bowl game. That's what it would be if you were creating a bowl game for
I'm not calling it the beef and cheddar bowl game.
beef and
I will
cheddar
not.
bowl game. That would be fantastic. Arby's, you're welcome.
Does yep. Pay us. I can't even do it with this hand. Let me do
We just came up with the idea, so I don't want to hear about it.
Don't can't pay me with this hand.
Create your own bowl game. Arby's Beef and Cheddar Bowl. All right, speaking of meats, let's talk about Thanksgiving Day football. Now, I am never under the impression that every one of these games is going to be phenomenal, right? I'm not really. You oftentimes you're always going to have the Lions, you're always going to have the Cowboys, and then you're going to get some other teams somehow going to get sprinkled in. So I think the expectation that I had, even though the score was close, it wasn't a very good game. The Packers-Lions game was not really all that entertaining. Again, I don't go in there with some type of preconceived notion that Thanksgiving Day games are going to be phenomenal, right? It's about eating Thanksgiving Day food, and there happens to be football on. Like, that's kind of how I approach it, because historically speaking, I know
the Lions been trashed.
Well, yes, and certain years, sure, there's going to be this game or two. I'm sure that there's probably some, hardcore Thanksgiving Day fan that can go back to a game 8 years ago and say, well, this game was phenomenal. It went to double overtime. All right, fantastic. Thank you for that. However, typically speaking, what we saw on Thanksgiving,
first world problems.
That's about what we usually see on Thanksgiving, right? I mean, I again, the Packers-Lions game was the first game that opened up, and I was like, okay, this should be the best one of the lot, because the Commanders are just not playing good football, and the 49ers are at full strength, and I really wasn't sure that the Seahawks could give them a game. I'm being honest, right? I mean, the way the 49ers have been playing since they've gotten back to full strength, they're arguably the best team in football. Arguably.
Correct.
Right? So I was hoping that the Packers-Lions game was going to be a good one, because it is that sort of, rivalry game on Thanksgiving that's oftentimes in the last couple of years given us a pretty good game. But the Lions came out flat.
That's because Aaron Rodgers used to be there.
That's very true.
Let y'all know that.
Lions came out flat, did not play particularly well, got hot late, but too little too late, ended up losing that game by a touchdown. And then the other two games, I mean, my God, Cowboys just obliterated the Commanders, and 49ers basically did the same thing to the Seahawks. So, I was wondering which of the two, what of the two things made me more tired? Was it trying to get through Thanksgiving Day dinner, or was it the snooze fest that were these games? I was having a hell of a time watching.
Who watches all of those games? Who watches football on Thanksgiving other than the first game?
I mean,
this guy, I did.
I'm
sorry.
It's coming from the guy that couldn't even have a list last week.
It's on,
but nobody's watching.
I'm not watching it like I watched the first game by comparison.
That's what I'm saying,
it's
right?
On.
The first game,
right?
And they play it too early too.
The first game,
yeah, where they play it like
12:30
or 12, before the one. Yeah, no, that's not good.
By the time we get to the third game, I'm on my
third plate.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, by this time it's probably my fourth, but it's more like, I've had two main courses, and then I've had a different dessert. I may be on my second dessert, and so when the third game's on, I'm just kind of like, oh God, what's happening with the game? All right, I need something to drink. Like, that's kind of my approach to the last game, because I'm so full. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right, 49ers winning. I thought so. All right, cool.
Yeah, and they waxed them.
They did.
I didn't watch any of them
at all.
I didn't watch any of them
at all.
Nope.
Yeah, no, I'm watching it. Like,
it was nothing
I watched
to watch.
Pregame. I just love football that much. I love watching all of the activities, the pre-games. That's where you get to learn some of the cool things about the players and the cool things that they do outside of football. I like that part of it.
Yeah, and we get to see somebody win and eat a turkey leg.
Word.
Tradition.
Hey, that's a John Madden tradition, man.
Listen, I love the Madden patch that they had on their jerseys. That was great.
Heck yeah.
I love panning back to Madden. Like, we know what he's done for the culture and for football.
What a man.
Right.
Yep.
But it's a little crazy when we keep seeing people eat some turkey legs on the sideline.
I mean, they're never going to get rid of that tradition.
Did you see the piece that they did on John Madden and his family and what happened to that defensive back from the Denver Broncos back in the day.
Stingley Jr. that plays for the Texans now, right? They helped his grandfather or great grandfather or something like that.
Yeah.
Who got paralyzed. Yes, great story.
Yeah.
I don't want to see no black man eating turkey on the sideline after he done played football. I'm tired of it.
Okay.
All right.
Just saying.
Okay.
They never pan to anyone else eating turkey on the sideline.
Well, the Dolphins, they had sandwiches, whatever Amazon Prime did. It looked like they had sandwiches. They were like turkey sandwiches, it seemed like.
That's better.
Is that any better?
I don't want to. It's a barbaric sport. First of all,
Not like it used to be, but okay.
Well, yeah, and what's more barbaric than having a turkey leg in your hand? That's barbaric.
Just turkey leg, right?
I love a turkey leg.
Yeah, I'll play of the game.
Bro, they sell them at the fair.
Yeah, I get one every time I go to the fair.
The fair,
right?
Not a football game.
It's tradition.
Let me tell you something, man. If I was playing on the winning side for one of these teams on Thanksgiving, I would go out of my way
I don't want to play on
annihilate turkey in front of the camera.
Why? I don't even know if this is real.
The Cowboys.
You don't even know anymore. It's GMOs in these turkeys. We don't know if the turkey is real. Most of them are vegan nowadays. In
You're
sports.
really overthinking this, man.
I'm telling the truth. We got to stop. Peter, stop eating turkey for them NFL players on the sidelines after the games. We don't want to see it anymore.
I think you're in the minority on this one.
Nope.
I want to see it.
Go look on Twitter.
Hey, my father-in-law cooked a really good turkey this year.
They ain't give him no fried turkey.
Props.
Did he fry it?
He did that electric fryer thing.
That's still fried.
That red inductor. I don't know what it was. It's the oilless.
Oh yeah.
Air fryer.
What is it?
Air fryer.
What's it called? Is it an air fryer? That's all it.
Yeah.
I thought it was something to do with the infrared lights that it had inside of it. Maybe he had a lighting system hooked up to it. I don't know.
He does have about 6 different cooking contraptions somewhere in that general vicinity.
He said a red light conductor.
Well, yeah, it lights up in my air fryer does that.
Yeah,
if you look on the inside of it, it lights up red. Yeah,
that's a regular air fryer.
It's a regular.
The light's
air
red.
He doesn't know what an air fryer is. Clearly,
I don't know. I have one. I don't use it all that much.
What air fry?
I've heard you can air fry everything.
Everything.
Like people air fry
every
steak.
Oh yeah, I'm all about that. My little air fryer I got in the house.
You've air fried steak?
Oh hell yeah!
I can't do it. I'm never gonna do that.
Oh, 409 minutes.
Do that.
I ain't gonna front. I air fried turkey
Hey,
bacon.
don't
turkey
hate it
bacon?
till you try
Yes.
it.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it.
Hey,
man.
I've cooked cinnamon rolls in that air fryer. I've cooked biscuits and gravy. It's no different than cooking in an oven.
I warm up my pizza in the air fryer.
Hey, what were they called?
Your glizzies?
Glizzies? My glizzies?
He really went to his notes on that one.
I cooked the glizzies in there.
I ain't gonna front. I've cooked
everything
glizzies in there before.
thrown in that air fryer. It takes like 2 minutes to get heated up. I'm eating.
I make
7 minutes.
I make some good air fried chicken wings.
Oh heck yeah! Hey, I had some leftover shrimp. Threw in there for 4 minutes.
That is true.
Let's go.
You can warm a baked potato up in the air fryer really good.
Look, I don't have any doubt that a lot of this stuff you're talking about is good, right?
Some
you want to put
mozzarella
shrimp
sticks.
in it. You want to put mozzarella sticks in it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put glizzies in it. You want to put
Christian, some pizza rolls.
You
can
want to
throw them
heat
right in
up
the air
some.
fryer.
You want to heat up pizza rolls. You want to do the whole. You want to do cinnamon rolls. You want to do all that stuff.
Hell yeah.
Hot
Fine.
pockets.
Fine. Don't ever talk to me about putting steak in an air fryer again. All right? Not happening.
I don't eat steak.
I threw a $35 steak in there.
Don't talk to me.
Oh, that's elitist right
That's
there.
just ridiculous.
That is
I
elitist.
will promise you this.
I eat that.
I'm gonna
steak, though, so I can't say
next time we get to visit.
excuse
I'm gonna
me.
cook one in the. Next time you visit, I'm gonna cook one in the air fryer, and we'll cook one on the grill. I'll let you cook yours, and then I'm gonna do the old switcherooer. You won't know a difference. Promise you.
I think he's going crazy.
I will know the difference. Number one,
it's just as good. It is just as good.
Even okay,
And in
you know what?
third of the time,
Even if it's just as good, there's just something about a steak on
Charcoal.
a charcoal grill
Oh, man, I don't
in
even
my
eat steak.
Weber. Okay,
Hey.
that I can't substitute
In your
that
what?
with
In your what?
an air fried steak. I'm not repeating that. You know what I said. I'm not doing that. I'm absolutely not doing that.
What about a propane grill?
No.
No, absolutely not.
No.
You know I don't
Okay, so
use
you'll-
propane grills.
Ooh.
I'm not saying you did.
Hank Hill
I'm
likes
just saying,
propane.
what about a propane grill? So you haven't had an air fried steak.
Right.
Are you willing to try an air fried steak?
No. I don't even eat steak, but I'm not doing it. Just trying to tell you. If you're a man, you wouldn't eat that.
Oh shit.
He's like, oh, shit. I gotta go. He just ruined it.
It's true, right? Are you gonna eat an air fried steak?
No, I'm not gonna eat it.
There we go. No air fried steak, guys. BallzOut Sports does not condone
Air
putting
fried steak.
in the air fryer.
We don't do it. We don't do it. Now,
2/3 of the show says no
Yeah.
to air fried steak, and I love my air fryer,
right.
but not steak.
Not steak.
No.
All right. So I don't know how we managed to get to air fried steak, but that's just kind of the thing that kind of happens on this show.
Wow.
I do. So is there anybody else out there that actually air fries their steaks? That's what I want to know.
Only crispy.
Like, I really want to know. How ironic his name's Crispy and he air fries steaks.
Obviously, there are Google air fried steaks and find out how many recipes you get.
I mean, I'm sure that they're out there. I
There's
just don't
recipes
think
for everything.
others
I,
are.
I just
Others
don't think
are.
that they dominate standardized steak cooking.
Look
this
at
point.
Christian. Look at this. Look, on the spot, Googling it. Oh my gosh, that looks disgusting. That looks nasty.
Yeah, that doesn't look like the steaks I grill on my.
And that's
on
a
my
cheap ass air fryer that they just showed in that picture. Come on, Christian. You got to get better with the pop ups, though.
grill. They're everywhere, man. They're absolutely everywhere.
That's true.
All right. So, all right, Crispy, here's what I'll do. I'm not going to eat an entire steak. But the next time we get up, if you want to air fry a steak, I'll try a piece. I'll try anything. I raised my kids to try something at least once.
Ew.
So that wasn't necessary. That was absolutely not necessary right there. Just so you know. I'm calling you out on that one.
All I do
that
is
was
say,
wrong.
hey, yo.
That
I'm
was
talking
wrong.
about you eating your steak.
That
it was
was
nothing
wrong.
It was nothing to do with the children.
Don't try to defend it.
I love the
You
children.
done messed up.
I love your
Just
family.
saying, I was on the same train. I was cooking in the Weber. I'm not a great cook. I was like, you know what? Let me try it in the air fryer. It's more controlled. Maybe I'll have a better chance with this. Looked up the recipe, spot on. It was 9 minutes. I was eating a 1 pound steak start to finish in 15 minutes. It took me 15 minutes just to get the grates cleaned. Then I got to let it warm up for 30 minutes. And then I got to let it simmer down.
It's a process, man.
I
It's a
know,
process.
but the process I want to do is process that steak that's in my belly. That's what I want to be processing. It's quick and easy. Like, no one else is around. I don't have to worry, go fire up the grill if I want a steak. I got frozen steaks I can grab at any time on a Thursday if I'm off and I want a steak. Start to finish, 30 minutes, I got a steak in my belly.
So do you literally not, you don't grill your steaks anymore? That's it? You're done? You air fry everything? All right. I guess that's the answer to the question.
Well,
Yeah.
hold on. I'm thinking because my answer is going to be wrong either way because I have a propane grill now.
You don't have a charcoal anymore?
No, I donated it.
There's
It
got to
was
be
to a
some
good
kind
cause.
there's got to be some kind of music that we should be playing here right now. It just feels like the end of an era. Like something's happened.
I'm a horrible cook, so I had to retire the little bit of cooking that I did, and the air fryer helped. So
All right, man. Well, you know what? I don't judge. We're just gonna leave it. There.
Y'all judge the shit out of me. Allah, don't be surprised. You threw your little top 5 list in there already.
I ain't saying anything about your sirens over there, all right? All I'm doing is sitting here.
The hell you say? You were the one that brought it up. What did he say? What did he say?
Who said sirens?
Then you tried to get me to say it.
Did you say sirens?
I did not.
How you spell that?
So, which one?
Sirens.
Sireens.
2 E's or 3 E's?
We'll leave it at 2.
Sirens.
All right. Are we still? Why are we back on this again?
Because I was on his side until you say he air fried steak.
Just
Well,
saying.
apparently you're both in the air frying of everything else department though.
But steak.
Everything
You
goes
can't-
steak. Yeah, but you don't
that's
eat
disgusting.
steak anyway.
If I did, I wouldn't put it in the air fryer.
That's it.
My name-
You don't even like steak, so
I know I like steak. I don't eat it.
Well, then you should have an opinion about it.
I just made some turkey burgers today.
Put them in the air fryer.
So
3
you
minutes.
like steak, but you don't eat it.
I said turkey burger. I love the smell of steak. I can grill steak still
Right.
on
Ooh,
a charcoal
let's skip
grill,
over the next one,
not a
go straight to
propane
that
grill.
next topic. I'm about to get this one fired up.
If we gonna skip the Friday game and just go to the next topic after that,
Why would we skip the Friday game?
because that was a disgusting ploy. Not even the game. You shouldn't put football on Friday. People was out shopping. They are not watching football.
People are not out shopping
I was
anymore.
on my couch watching that.
By
Yeah.
comparison,
Some people were at work.
by comparison,
Oh wait, yeah, I did work that day. Never mind.
by comparison, people
I'll
are
just blur them
still shopping, but not nearly the numbers that they used to be because so many people are online shopping now.
You know why? Here it is.
Because football's on TV.
No, Amazon, who ran the game,
Yep.
put ads
Is that how
in
how
the
do you
game.
Spell that. How do you spell that? Allah.
AMINZIN. Amazon. Amazon.
What?
Amazon. Amazon did the game, put ads catered from your shopping list in the game during commercials. So you scan the QR code, you write to your list. I mean, it's brilliant marketing.
It is. It actually is. It's very smart.
But you should not do that because we don't want to see a Black Friday game.
It was a terrible game anyway.
All right, let me say this. I
That's
just want
neither
to.
here nor there, okay?
So I picked up the Miami Dolphins defense off of waivers for that week. 21 points. Thanks.
The only reason Olive is going to sit here and tell you that he doesn't think that there should be a Black Friday game on is because it was the inaugural one and the Jets got absolutely mollywopped in that game. That's why you're upset about it.
Jets Dolphins week. It came and gone. It was the outcome we expected, right? Two
Yes.
wide receivers over 100 yards. I mean, normal kind of thing.
No one was saying that with two back-to-back picks, right? Nobody was saying that at that point. And then it went off the cliff. I agree. But
Yeah.
I was at
Well,
work, so I don't care.
Maybe Cam Newton should be in the Jets uniform. Because your experiment with these quarterbacks ain't going well. But, hey, I digress. Let's talk about this CM Punk. What's this guy? What's going on here? Allah, let's talk. Did I miss something? Sorry.
Do you want to talk CM Punk?
No, I don't want to talk anything now.
You want to get into wrestling?
Nope.
Why not?
I'm hurt.
I want to talk about wrestling. Oh, his medication's wearing off.
My minutes limit is coming up.
All right. So we can skip over this one. Perfect.
We're not skipping over wrestling. I'm just saying. Are you done talking Black Friday football?
Oh yeah, I was done Friday.
Exactly.
They
So
did
why
all-
did we even
they
bring
did-
it up? Why we
They
brought
did
it
all
up?
the talk. They did all the talking on the field with that dub.
I just
I
wanted to
didn't
bring it
talk
up and
about
get your reaction.
I
just wanted to get your
I love
reaction.
how when people's teams do decent, because they're not doing well, they're doing decent. And when you do decent, now all of a sudden it's a problem, right? Let's rub it in. Rub it in. Why don't you? Right?
Hey, it is
Keep
only
going.
because it's the Jets.
Keep going.
It's only because it's the Jets.
Because you ain't say nothing when the Knicks came back from 21 down with 3-something minutes left in the fourth quarter the other night.
It's they played 20 games.
Oh, see, it's
We
only
got
20. It's only
82 to
20 games
play.
now. Now it's only 20 games.
You know,
Hey.
it is rather amusing though, because this is what you do when your teams are not doing well. You are going to find
I gotta
something.
find something.
You're going to find something.
So
It's not a good look. I'm just telling. I'm
How
trying to
is
help
it
you
not?
out. I'm just trying to help you out.
how is it not a good look?
It's not a good look.
That's a good look.
No, it's not.
No one wants to see their team fail. I have to find the bright spot, just like I did after being almost ran off the road. I found a bright spot that I was here to live another day and be here for you people.
Yeah, but your bright spot is trying to talk about other people's teams and in a moment in which they didn't play well.
I got to find something to win. My teams don't win.
It's a
when
rough
my
look,
team
man.
when my team wins, then I would just leave everyone else's team alone. I won't bother you. I won't bother nobody.
You know
I
what?
just need to win one time.
Nobody buys
I
that
just need to
at
win
all.
one time. I guarantee it. Once my team wins, any of them, the Mets, the Jets, the Knicks, hell, I'll take the Nets even. Any of them win, I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Win what? A
Hopefully,
championship?
Nope. Just make
game?
the playoffs for all I care.
I don't know if they're going to do that either. But
Yeah,
See?
current NBA standings.
Kick him
the
in while
Heat
he's
are
down,
a
right?
5 seed. Knicks
Nobody
are
feels
a
sorry
6
for you.
seed.
I'm here. Broke digit and all.
nobody feels sorry for you at this
This is
point.
my flu game. I'm here now, and you guys are still not taking me for granted.
Yeah, definitely not the same.
Sirens.
See, there you go. See, there's that petty shit that you're talking about right there. You got to
Amazon?
You got to find a way. I'm just going to let y'all go at it. You go ahead.
I'm here.
I wanted to have sauce with you today. I wanted to talk about Ritter. I didn't see that on the list.
I mean, we can talk about it, but I've got.
Why are we not talking Ritter? Because you got to win, right? Got to win now. You're leading the division. Now it's not time. Now
Oh,
it's-
he steps in. He still throw 2 picks.
Yeah. How many times have I had to deal with talking about Ritter when he's thrown 5 picks in a game?
I don't know.
I think I've had to do that a few times.
I don't know.
Go back and check the tape.
I wasn't there.
I don't have a problem for it.
I wasn't there.
Bring it on.
Hey, we need to get that replay thing, like the commercial they're doing where they're dropping those red flags and are going back and looking at the. We should have the replay footage available.
Those
at
are
some
good.
point.
Oh, did you see the overhead? Did you actually see the overhead shot? Because I know you said you liked it. The overhead shot of Jesse Bates returning the pick 6. You talking about the overhead cam they do in Atlanta?
Yeah, no.
You haven't seen that?
No, I didn't see that one.
That looks really good.
Great.
That overhead cam is it is
I'm
pretty
not
awesome.
a fan. I'm not a fan
Not a fan of what?
of that overhead. Actually, Ludacris dropping down.
Not
that
a
was kinda
fan.
Cool.
We're not a fan of that.
No, why?
I'm a fan of Ludacris.
We're not. Well, I'm a fan of Ludacris, but I'm not a fan of what he did
Why not?
because it was terrible.
Why was it terrible?
Because first of all, he's like 72 years old. You can't keep coming down like that saying "move, get out the way." First of all, that's a derogatory slang for a woman. Okay, you can't say that anymore.
He's gonna live that song in infamy, though.
You can't. Was he like coming down from the dome, or was he just like floating? What was he doing? The camera was it was weird. Camera was all over the place. I didn't like it.
I'm sorry that both of you didn't like the camera angles. We'll move on. That's cool. I appreciate the fact that you don't like the overhead cam and you don't
No,
like
I like the
Ludacris.
overhead
Hey,
cam.
that's okay.
I love Ludacris.
No, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I think the overhead cam's kind of cool, but
Well, of course, it's your team. It's your stadium. You should.
Exactly.
I just-
Homer.
I think it's kind of cool. Well, all right, my bad. I'm a homer. So we're going to talk a little bit about wrestling right now. CM Punk addresses WWE Universe on Raw in first appearance in nearly 10 years.
I
Take
gotta
a
go
listen.
get my belt. Hold on.
Jesus Christ. Can't even talk about something I really watched. Like, I've really watched this. I watched it all. He's going to go get a belt and disgrace the beautiful art form of wrestling. All right? It's a
Got my
sport.
belt. I got my belt. You got to have a belt if you want to talk wrestling. Let's go.
He does have a he's got. I don't have a belt. He's got a belt.
Because
That's
I
right.
heard,
You
I
ain't
heard,
gonna
you,
have
I
a
heard
belt
you
either.
lost.
I suck this year, which is the
Ooh,
first time
gosh.
it's happened in a long time.
I got a belt, too. So
I'm having a very, very bad year.
I got a belt.
Well, if you're going to stink it up, you're doing a good job of it.
Thank you. I'm well aware. I think I just said that.
Well, I just want to make sure they realize how bad it is. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about wrestling. Ala, take it away.
Tell me how bad it is. Because we got some time. Come on. We
No,
got some
you don't
time
want to
kill.
talk. No, we're not talking about fantasy. We're talking about wrestling.
No,
This is the
but
first
you-
time we've talked to.
You love fantasy, so let's come. The floor is
I do,
yours.
but
in this
it's not on
spirit,
the note.
in this spirit of holidays, the spirit of giving and thanks. Let's be thankful for that beautiful belt that you have on your. What is that around your neck now? Because we don't.
Wait, yeah, now it's choking me. I can't breathe.
We don't.
Help.
We don't carry. We don't wear belts like that. I don't see. This is why we.
See,
can't-
I need you to educate me.
Right.
In this wrestling world.
So it's just over the shoulder. It's just no.
Oh,
you don't put it
I'm
over your
struggling
neck
here.
like that. That's
Help.
not right.
Allah help me here.
You got to unstrap it now. Now you can't reach it. See, that's why the referees are there, so they can put the belt around your waist. That's why they're there.
Oh.
All right, clip it up.
right.
That's a clip right there. He was choking
Now
himself
we
with his
got
own
this.
belt.
Now we got this, Salah. Now we got this.
There you go.
Do I
See,
need
look.
to take my shirt off?
No,
Do I need to take my
That's another show.
Right.
If you
I
want
need
to-
to take my shirt off to get this belt seen better?
No. Just,
All right.
just.
Let's talk about CM
All right,
Punk. I'm
pan
excited.
back, Christian, crispy cam. No, not me. There you go. That's better. Okay, now back to me, Christian. Come on now. I shouldn't have to work the board too. God damn, man. All right, fantasy. Go. Tell me how bad Jonas is doing this year.
Jonas is 2-8. Damn. 9, 10.
Damn, that sounds worse than the Jets.
3 and 9.
3 and 9. Speaking to the
Oh,
mic.
you got
This is-
3 wins?
this
I
is
thought
a-
it was at 2 still.
This
I'm
is an
sorry.
audio broadcast. You got to speak into the mic. Christian, Jonas Cam.
3 and 9.
Ooh, back to me,
Good
Christian.
9.
3 and 9.
Hey, I was not prepared for this. Next week we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it next week. CM Punk time. Let's go.
All right.
I got my
Christian.
belt. I'm ready.
All right, Christian. Back to Jonas. Intro, CM Punk.
Now, this is what I was trying to do a little bit earlier, but CM Punk. I'm gonna restart this over again. You guys good? You good? All right.
You can just cut this part out.
Nope, sirens. Go.
Oh yeah, it is 3 and 9. Oh. Go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, just play the clip.
Some people are afraid that tomorrow morning when they wake up, they're going to have to come to terms with the fact that their best efforts at being the best in the world in this ring, on this microphone,
Amen.
even at commentary,
I seen
isn't
that.
just false,
Ooh, tell
but
him.
it's a lie.
A lie.
Because the best in the world is back, and the best in the world is standing in the middle of the ring, live and in living color in Nashville, Tennessee, on a Monday night, and his name is...
I watched that live last night. I seen it. All right, pan out.
Wait,
we don't
wait,
want copyright
wait.
infringement. No, we don't want copyright infringement. They'll get us.
Ooh.
They'll get
What
us.
was that agency that watches us?
No, now you can play. Oh, you should have played that part though.
That was the
IBC?
part I really wanted to play.
Scoot, right there. All right, now play it.
The IBC that...
There we go. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. That looks awkward. Look at that. Look, I'm here to make money.
So why is he back? Why now?
Because I'm gonna call him by his real name, Phil. Right? His name is Phillip Brooks. Because Phil went to a rival promotion and they sucked ass. And he caused a lot of problems over there. Because hell, what do you do when you're full of yourself, right? Mm-hmm. You smell like your stuff don't stink, and it's a really crappy promotion over there. I'm sorry, I don't watch it. So then he had to bring his ass back home.
What was it? AEW?
Ugh, why would you even say those 3 letters?
I was asking.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
really
that,
watch
no,
Is that a
yeah,
root beer
yeah, that
drink
nasty
as well?
ass place. That
Why do
nasty.
all of these associations sound like root beer drink?
Not
Is it the
ANW. Not ANW. No.
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
AEW. Yes, this is
Oh,
a very
sorry.
bad wrestling.
Is it the
organization.
IBC that monitors us?
IWC. It's the FCC that monitors us.
Gotcha.
There we go. Well, Phil's back finally because, as in wrestling, nothing ever. You can never say never. That's the motto. Did it with Bret Hart, right after his brother, after the screw job. He did it with Austin when he took his ball and ran. He never thought that Dwayne was coming back. The Rock, if you really know him, right? We're on number one name basis, so I call him Dwayne. Dwayne came back. Bruno came back. San Martino, he was gone for a while.
Bruno Mars was a wrestler? Sorry.
I'm the derailer, right?
That's a question.
The Ultimate Warrior was never supposed to come back. Macho Man was going to come back, but then we were on live. Remember back in the day when we got the news about Macho Man? We had to cut.
Yep.
Macho Man was going to come back. He passed away tragically. I remember that. Hogan was never supposed to come back. He came back. Everybody comes back eventually.
Yeah.
And
Why?
Punk was the last one.
This has been a while. This has been almost a decade.
9 years, almost 10 years to the day.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, he tried his run at MMA, which seems like quite a few wrestlers and other folks have tried.
Unless you're Brock Lesnar and you could just throw people around and win the title like your first match.
And then eventually people caught on to what you were doing, and then you get your ass kicked a few times, and then he went back to wrestling.
Absolutely.
But he made his mark. He actually was very entertaining, and he made the UFC a lot of money.
Brock?
Fun fact.
Punk?
No.
Brock.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
Brock.
Brock.
I thought
Yes,
you said
absolutely.
Rock. At
No,
first.
no.
Yeah, Brock made them a ton of money.
Absolutely.
100%. That's when Brock Lesnar came in, is when, in my opinion, now the UFC is bigger now than it's ever been, but it's also watered down because you have so many fighters, and 95% of them, I don't know their name anymore. But right about that time when Brock came in was when the UFC was at its absolute
That
peak.
was when pay-per-views were doing big business.
It was peaking. Like, you knew everybody. Brock Lesnar was it was the UFC was in its absolute prime there.
There was a ton of fighters. Mir, Couture.
Oh my
And that's just in the heavyweight division, right?
Yeah, and they all fought each other.
You had Rampage.
Yep.
You had Rashad Evans. You had
we can keep going. Keep going.
You had Silva.
Yep.
You had GSP.
Yep.
You had them all. And this is before Connor.
You had Hughes.
You had them all.
Yeah,
Right.
that was
Liddell,
the peak of
Chuck
UFC.
Liddell.
Yep.
You had them all. Like, all of them were there. That was when I was watching.
George St. Pierre.
Hey,
like
GSP fun.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
I got
all
a
of
fun
them.
fact. Fun fact. Brock, is it Lesnar?
Yep.
Only person to ever be in 3 different games: Madden, UFC, and WWE game.
I forgot about the Madden one.
Yeah, we knew that.
I forgot about that.
Well, I'm sorry. I knew that because
I forgot
I'm
about it.
Well,
a wrestling
of
fan.
course you did. I was just, it was a fun fact.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I forgot about the Madden part. I knew he was in the other two. I forgot about the Madden piece. That's pretty awesome.
But he was only rated like a 65.
That's true. But every 65's got their place in the game. They had to rotate in and out every once in a while.
He was a 99 in WWE, though.
There you go. So what are we most looking forward to as far as Punk's return at this point? Like, what are we thinking here?
Coming from
Not
a wrestling guy. Oh, Jesus. You heard him?
sorry.
Not much.
Well, he was asking my side. I mean, I don't have high hopes. I don't know.
Why you don't have hopes? Because you don't even know him.
That's right.
That's why he doesn't know him.
But you know him.
I do.
Okay.
I'm just curious because he's been away for a little while. He's definitely aged.
Took a step.
He would.
You lose a step.
Yeah.
But then when you it's with anything, when you get inside something, and what WWE is now, they're on a boom.
Yeah.
Vince is not there, right? He's laid the blueprint for all of this.
Oh,
but
sure.
Vince is not there. Triple H is taking over. Shawn Michaels has developmental. They're on a boom right now.
Right.
They're making record numbers. Roman is the biggest attraction in forever.
Yep.
For holding the title for so long.
Yep.
And now Punk coming back 10 years later, you got fresh feuds. So he got Cody's there now. You got Seth is there now. Roman, right? All these top guys. Randy's back. You take a year off, it's kind of good, actually, in wrestling when you get injured. And Punk obviously had 71 million impressions on social media after being gone for 10 years and all of the drama in AEW. So it was really good.
I mean, he just made a bunch of money just now.
They threw a shirt up for him within the first 24 hours.
Yeah.
And he was already a top seller for merch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, from a merch, from a popularity standpoint, from, people, wanting to see him come back full force, like, be in the mix, everything else. That goes without saying because of the world in which we live, like the social media world. I mean, his entrance last night was just epic, right?
His interest music is amazing.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's a great song. And so when he comes back in, that's the one side is the expectation that he's going to get fans hyped again. I mean, you mentioned that WWE is at an all-time high right now. But I guess my question is more so about what the expectations are for him actually wrestling. Like, I don't think it's going to happen right away, right? But are we looking at the possibility of seeing him either being a different guy than he was before, or wrestling for any type of significant, belt and you know what I'm saying? Like, what are the what do you see for his future? I mean, it's obviously just an opinion at this point, but what do you think happens?
What he put out in AEW wasn't the greatest. Right? But that was off of 7 years of not wrestling, doing just MMA stuff. So it's a thing. You got to get the rust off. So like when Rock comes back, he goes and trains for a month or two. Like, what are you not even knowing? When Taker does his comebacks, he goes and trains. They get their own ring. They train. So Punk is now going to be training in the PC, and he's a pro at this thing. Been doing it for years. Obviously, right now, when you hit from Survivor Series, right, Big Four pay-per-view for WWE, you roll into Royal Rumble is the next one. You get that's when they say the road to WrestleMania starts. And this is like their Super Bowl year.
Yeah.
Like from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, Super Bowl. So now that they got Punk, 71 million impressions on Twitter alone. The Instagram blew up to like 131 million views. Like, his video was the highest rated thing ever. And that's saying with all of these greats that we've seen.
Yeah.
They want to see him back. They're going to make money like crazy right
Well,
now.
because they want to see him back and they know they're already making money because of his comeback, then he can't be sort of, and I know it's not the same thing, but you know how like in UFC when you have a pay-per-view fight, you have your prelims, you got your undercard, you got your prelims, and then you've got the main event, right? How do they get away with? Obviously, they have to for a while, or he's gonna go and train for a while. He has to be, but with the amount of popularity that he has, how does he go from being an undercard to being a guy that's valued?
He's already there.
Okay.
Because of his name.
So they're not going to stick him on an undercard situation.
Absolutely not.
In the beginning.
And then now what they've done in WWE with expanding WrestleMania, it used to be one night, 6 hours. Nobody wanted to watch 6 hours of TV, right?
Right.
For anything. So now it's 2 nights. It's Saturday and Sunday. So you got a main event Saturday night. And he wanted his main event of WrestleMania. He could get it now. Because then you get Roman, who has all of the titles and the 3 years not being beaten, set for the next night, for the main event. So they push him right up there really quick. And you can mask him learning the ropes of coming back into the locker room with promos and backstage vignettes and little, brawls and stuff that they do. And then roll him into his first big match, which probably will be Royal Rumble. And that's always where people come back. So that'll be his first probably match. He might win it and then go on for a title. It's already made.
Damn.
They printing money.
Is there any type of animosity that comes with this where he's been gone, he comes back in, and then...
Absolutely.
I mean, legitimate animosity.
The egos are there.
Okay.
That's how he left the other place.
Okay.
Because he didn't like that they were EVPs. So they were like GMs, essentially, but also wrestlers. So, like, how can you run the team and also book it? right?
Yeah.
I can't be a backup quarterback, but also calling the plays. That's not going to work because I'm going to try to get myself in there every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened over there. So he got out of there, but now he's going back to the place where he got the most famous and left really abruptly. So now can he be worked back into the mold? I don't care at that point. I mean, even if he doesn't do what he needs to do, they already got what they needed from the sales and the merch and the views and the record raw rating by just saying, hey, take a microphone and go out there. That's why I love wrestling.
Is he good on the mic?
One of the best.
Okay. Because everybody's got their strengths, and some people have their, some people were better on the mic, some people were better wrestlers, some people were, it wasn't, you didn't have many that could do it all. Like some people were really, like Hogan, great on the mic, not a very good wrestler, right?
He didn't have to be.
Right. But I'm saying, some guys are just more athletic, they're better wrestlers. I don't know how well they do on the mic. Rock's probably one of the few that could do both. Great on the mic, pretty good wrestler.
Dwayne.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, not the best wrestler, but
he was up
very
there.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, he could wrestle.
Yeah. So, but it's funny because his mic skills were so good.
But that's with a lot of them. The sliders, right? Like his mic work was up, his ring work was here, but everything else the charisma was off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kurt Angle, wrestling all the way up here. His mic work got better, but everything else was all the way up. It's like everybody got that. Shawn, more ring work, character,
Great ring.
mic work was kind of mid tier. Austin, amazing mic work. You can't deny his pop culture references and like everything. Like he brought them back.
Yeah.
Taker, not the best on the mic.
No.
So I mean,
But
they all got
his
it.
personality would
And then the
wasn't indicative of
character
it. Right.
all the way up there, right?
Sure.
So that's same with Punk. Punk, mic skills all the way up. Ring work was good, but 10 years, right? You leave for 10 years, you're gonna have rust. So it's kind of there now.
It's gonna take some time.
But he got new dancing partners now. So we'll see.
I am going to be curious to see. I will definitely kind of. I was, I appreciated Punk when he came in because when you look at him by comparison to a lot of the guys that were in wrestling at the 10-year ago mark, right? I mean, so and CM Punk by comparison to a lot of those other guys, just from a pure size standpoint, he's not a very big guy.
He ain't much bigger than Christian,
right? So the point is it like it's like that? I don't know. I don't always go for this, but it's that quasi sort of underdog.
But that's the thing.
Feel like
they
where
love
it's like
Daniel Bryan for that same reason before, right?
Yeah.
He got one of the greatest WrestleMania moments ever, winning 2 titles, right?
Yeah.
In New Orleans with the kid that passed away from cancer, cheering him on. So like Mardi Gras falling, and I mean the confetti falling, like that's what they chase these things for.
Yeah.
So Punk never got that at WrestleMania. When he left, that was one of his gripes. Hey, I never got a Mania match. Like even when I fought Taker that year in New York, it wasn't a main event match. Now with the 2 nights, he comes back. Things are different. It's a breath of fresh air. Hey, anything can happen. People grow. And now he's there. I hope he don't piss this up because it is an amazing time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, for sure. And there you go. You're, I don't know, what do we call that? Your 5 minutes with Allah and wrestling, something like that. I don't know.
Allah's Corner.
Allah's Corner.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. So I am kind of looking forward to seeing what happens with Punk at this point. It's just it's just different, right? Haven't seen him in a long time. I'm curious enough now. I'm going to start paying a little bit more attention to see like where this journey takes him and how this unfolds with WWE.
You could watch Monday Night Raw instead of watching Monday Night Football because they ain't been good games on there.
You're not wrong about that. I might have to at least. I might go split screen. Maybe I'll have 2 TVs. I don't know, but I have the opportunity, so we'll do that. All right, so we've got a few minutes left. It's obviously the one thing that we do at the end of every show. Our top 5 list.
I don't
Crispy,
even know what it is.
Remind us what our top 5 was this week.
We have top 5 sports movies all time.
Yeah, this is not an easy task.
5. Yeah, this was tough.
This is very difficult because this was tough for me. Very, very difficult.
I don't forgot what the list was, to be honest with you.
Didn't he just said what it was?
I'm talking about, making it through.
Wait,
Sunday.
he's already back on the.
Yeah, my
reserve.
minutes Rashad. I done tapped out with the wrestling talk. Since that was so important and pertinent in my mind.
Okay.
Okay, so he doesn't have one.
I got my list off the top. You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Oh,
Go ahead and go
yeah,
first.
All right.
You always go first, Ala.
Wrong.
Oh yeah, I went first last week because I knew it was a source, not a very good topic for me. I apologize.
I'm glad he found the first step is admittance. Thank you very much.
No, I knew that was going to be a tough subject for me. I told y'all the week prior.
All right, remind me. 5-1, right? Because I was going to start at my time.
Correct.
There we go. Thank you. I was in an accident. Remember that. Number 5.
What?
I was in an accident. I can't remember things.
Okay.
Number 5. The Wrestler.
Okay.
Mickey Rourke.
I haven't seen it.
Really good movie.
I've heard it's very good.
Really good movie about a wrestler holding on for too long to get that drug of the crowd again.
I don't want to derail you, but what's that new wrestling movie you and I saw the trailer for?
Iron Claw is going to be up there. I got to go watch that.
I want to see that.
I couldn't go see it because I went to see Trolls with my baby. Trolls 3. Yes, promo. I love Trolls. Seen them all. But back to this one. Number 4. Varsity Blues.
Oh, my.
Very
Really?
underrated. I love that movie.
I do, too. I just don't have it on my top 5. But
Moxon. Tweeter.
dude,
Billy Bob. Coach. Oh, my gosh. That Varsity Blues is a very underrated movie. Whipped cream bikinis.
But
Stealing the police car.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Who's the main
James Vanderbeek.
James Vanderbeek. Terrible accent.
Why?
He did a
I'm trying to go to Brown University.
He did such a. We've had this conversation before. And in fact, we actually had this conversation on the air once where we talked about how terrible his voice was.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Paul Walker was the starting quarterback that got hurt.
He was.
He was banging his sister.
Yeah.
Varsity Blues, underrated. That's my number 4.
All right.
Number 3, Booby Miles. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Friday Night Lights.
Booby Miles.
Yep.
That's it. This is God-given. Remember that. That's why I'm here again, guys, because you see this, I'm injured, but this is God-given. That's why I'm here for you, the people. All right? Number 2. Should have been number 1, but I got one.
I know who it is. I know what it's going to be.
Number 2
Yep.
is You're Overcooking My Grits.
You overcooking my grits, coach.
You're Overcooking My Grits.
Yeah.
All right?
It's a great movie. We were the Titans.
I didn't even have to say it. That's all it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
You dropped this ball. You were running mile. And number 1.
I know who your number 1 is, too.
What is it? Come on, you know it.
Can I guess it?
Go ahead.
A League of Their Own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A league of their own. There's no crying in baseball. Dottie, Kit, Rosie O'Donnell was in it. Tom Hanks is in it. It's amazing. The greatest baseball movie ever. Greatest
Donna?
baseball movie ever. A League of Their Own.
Yeah.
Sorry. Nothing beats that. And that's my top 5 list.
Okay.
Nice.
Not a bad list. Not a bad
Oh, I
list.
didn't
at
get
all.
a bad list from either one of you guys.
Not a
That
bad
is-
list at all. I thought that was a good list.
I got to be injured every week if that's the
Oh
case.
God. All right,
Oh,
Crispy.
I never tell you have a bad list.
Yeah.
But there's 3 of those movies that I have never seen.
Oh wow.
I'll let you guys guess. I'll let you guys guess which ones they were.
The Wrestler,
The Wrestler
clearly.
for sure.
For sure, right?
Varsity Blues.
He's seen Varsity Blues.
No, I've seen Varsity.
So you cannot say you never seen A League of Their Own.
He's never seen it.
I have seen
Oh.
A League of Their Own.
So that means Friday Night Lights or Remember the Titans you've never seen.
Nope. All right, you ready? Here goes my top 5.
Hold on. Whoa.
Top 5.
Oh.
No, we ain't got time for that. All right, number 5. Crispy's top 5 movies of all time. Number 5, Rocky number 4.
This is myself.
Rocky number 4. Very specific. Has to be number 4. Love that one. No comments?
I'm just
You're
letting you
still
go
in
through.
shock?
I'm just letting you go through it.
Okay.
Man. Just do it.
All right. Number 4, Happy Gilmore. Love this movie.
You got to be shitting me. I heard Happy Gilmore, and I didn't even have my headphones on. Did he say Happy Gilmore? You got to be. Oh, my.
Okay, let him go through his list.
Number 3, the greatest baseball movie of all time.
I can guess which one you're going to say it is.
Bull Durham.
I knew that was coming. It's a very
Not
good
even
baseball
close. Best baseball movie of all time. Number 2, one of my favorites. I usually watch this at least once a week. Caddyshack. Love watching Caddyshack. My second favorite movie of all time. Sports movie. But my favorite sports movie of all time, I actually cry at the ending most of the time. Rudy.
I swear.
It's Rudy.
You got
It's
to
Rudy.
be shitting me with this list.
It's Rudy. There you go.
You know what? I don't have as much of a problem with your list as I do the fact that I've known you for as long as I have, and there is something happening back here that says I've heard you say it before, and I think it has something to do with the fact that it's high school football. Is that right?
Nah, I don't know. I just
If it's high school football, he's seen Varsity Blues.
I have seen Varsity Blues.
Right.
Yes. I don't know. Friday Night Lights, I've just never turned it on to watch it. Remember the Titans? I'm a big Denzel fan. That's the one with Denzel Washington in it? Yeah, big fan of Denzel. I just hadn't watched it. I'm not a big movie watcher. Just so happens these movies are sports, and these are the favorite sports. I know those are high school football, but I don't know. The Varsity Blues was probably more earlier in my years. I don't know. I'm sorry, Allah.
He's not a movie
I might
watcher.
have to retire from these top fives. I really
Remember
hate
the Titans
disappointing.
is not just a regular movie, though.
Allah's so bad.
That's crazy.
I hate disappointing Allah. I might have to retire from these top
Doesn't.
fives.
He's lying. He loves disappointing me.
Well, it's not hard to disappoint you. So,
hey, can I just have some honorable
I gave
mentions?
a great list. Right. You could have said like I would have took what's the Tom Cruise movie? What's the Tom Cruise movie?
Here's my follow-ups.
Jerry
Major
Maguire.
League.
I would have took Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire is a great movie.
I would have took Major League.
Major League.
I would have took Any Given Sunday.
Longest yard.
I would have took Longest Yard.
White Men Can't Jump.
I would have took that.
And Talladega Nights for my others.
I would have took Above the Rim. I would have took so many other movies. Other than,
right. And you did, Allah.
He said
Allah. Listen.
Gilmore. Happy Gilmore
Allah.
is not a sports movie.
Allah. You had your top 5.
That's a comedy.
Those are your movies.
It's not a sports movie.
These are my 5.
And they're bad. Sorry. Continue.
You're overly opinionated.
He said he's never seen Remember the Titans.
So what? He hasn't seen it. It shocked me, but
that
is what it is.
Sacrilegious to never. It's on Disney Plus. Sorry, I don't want to give him promo, but it's on Disney Plus. And it got Denzel Washington in it. And they got what's the other guy? The other guy, the other coach that he took over for. He's a well-known actor.
Oh
too.
yeah, very well. I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It got Wood Harris in it. Wood Harris has played Michael Jackson's father. He trained New Edition. He was Avon Barksdale in The Wire. He is a really great actor. Wood Harris.
Let's wrap this up.
Left side, strong side. How do you not understand
Can
that?
I do my list?
Sorry, go.
Are you sure?
Remember the Titans.
All right. My number 5 is Miracle. You know which one that one is?
Yes, the hockey movie.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Very
with
good movie. My number 4. You have not seen that one?
No, I saw the actual game, not the movie.
All right.
Never seen the movie though.
My number 4, We Are Marshall. That movie is that's an emotional movie. That one gets
I'll give
me.
it to you. That's fine.
Number 3, Friday Night Lights. That's my number 3. I love that movie. I don't know. I've seen that movie so many times I may actually be able to quote damn near the whole thing.
Who's the coach? Billy Bob Thornton is the coach, right?
Yes. And you know what the crazy part about that movie is?
They got Booby Miles in it.
Is that is a movie that was made about a team that ultimately ends up losing. And the even crazier part is that same coach in real life, where all those other guys have graduated and moved on, he takes the new team the next year
and wins, right?
And wins the state championship in Texas. It's one of the few times where a movie is made where the ending of the movie, the way it ended and how close that game was and how everything sort of went down was ultimately more of a driving force in making the movie and more entertaining than it would have been had they won.
I agree.
The way that it ends is just like, I remember the first time I ever watched it, I was like, yes, they're going to win.
The way they came back against getting mollywopped by that team.
Yeah.
And the refs being against them.
Yep.
And the team was all black that they were going up against too. Yeah. So that was another factor in the movie. That's why that movie is so good.
There's so much about that movie that is phenomenal. It's a true story too. It's absolutely amazing.
They got their ass whipped.
Oh, it was crazy. And then they came back, and then to come back.
Their quarterback was wearing number 20.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It was a great movie. Great movie. All right. My number 2 is A League of Their Own. My wife, she and I watch that movie all the time. Love that movie.
My wife knows every time that movie comes on, I watch it.
Here's the funny thing about this. It is actually one of the, if you think about the cast of that movie, it's
who's who is of actors.
Who's who. Yeah, no question about it. There are so many good actors and actresses in that movie. And actually, in my opinion, one of Tom Hanks' most underrated roles. Like, the guy has won Oscars for Philadelphia, for Forrest Gump. Like, he has done some of the most amazing movies you'll ever see, and yet A League of Their Own is one of the performances he does, which I find to be just unbelievably underrated.
Was he in Castaway?
Yes.
Was he talking to a rock?
He was talking to a volleyball.
A volleyball.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. One of the few actors that's ever stepped foot on this planet that could actually pull that off and not talk to another human being for about an hour and 40 minutes.
And make it compelling.
100%.
And he still gave you an amazing performance as a coach of a female baseball team.
Yep. During the war. My number 1, Remember the Titans. Absolutely phenomenal movie. Now, I will tell you this. When it comes to my top 3.
How many movies we got to like on that one?
When it comes to my top 3, the harder part wasn't necessarily creating the top 5. It was creating which one was going to be 3, 2, 1. Because I could put Friday Night Lights as 1, because depending on my mood, like when I turn Friday Night Lights on, I'm like, this is the greatest football movie I've ever seen, right? And then I put Remember the Titans on. I'm like, this is the greatest football movie I've ever seen. It's just depends on the day.
I think it's because the story is a little bit better in Remember the Titans. The football action and everything else of being more real, like more up to date.
Sure.
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
Star player gets hurt.
Yeah.
Doesn't practice much, right?
And the real Boobie Miles is actually in the movie. His cameo. He's the assistant coach in the movie. Miracle, I loved. It's a great story. And Kurt Russell, it does a phenomenal job being the head coach of that hockey team.
I like how
just a great.
I like
great
how
job.
we could break down our movies because we actually watched the movies.
We Are Marshall. I know you kind of gave me a little bit of an on. We Are Marshall is.
I just think it's overrated.
A true story. There's cameos not by the actual individual themselves, but like the coaches. So there's a young Bobby Bowden is in We Are Marshall. The story itself, of course, true story. Where the entire team, with the exception of 3 players, die in a plane crash, and Marshall has to come all the way back and rebuild that entire program. And I thought it was pretty cool. I thought the whole process, what they went through, was absolutely amazing, and it was pretty cool. I like that.
Is that
movie.
Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah.
Come on, look at this.
Stellar performance.
Look how we know these movies.
Stellar performance. I would have never actually, if you'd asked me this like a few years before We Are Marshall comes out, and you'd asked me if I ever thought Matthew McConaughey would play a football coach, I would have said no, absolutely not. Like, that would have never been something I would have ever seen him do. But either way, So what do we have for the top 5 next week? I know we talked about this already. What are we doing for top 5 next week? Crispy, you got something?
Nope.
Is that because
we haven't chosen anything?
We haven't chosen anything yet. All right. So
Yeah.
what do we want to do for our top 5 list next week? Anybody?
I'm trying to think, because it's only 2 people that's carrying this list. Hang over here. It's me and you.
I just want to know what the list is going to be next week. That's really what I want to do.
Top 5 injured performances of all time. I got to be on that list.
Oh, for the love of God. I can't wait for this show to be over. Oh, good God. Yeah. All right. So
We'll figure it out.
cool. We'll figure it out. I don't have anything for anybody right now. We'll figure it out. That's all I got.
Not even
it.
saying anything, does he?
No. Well, what do you expect him to do?
We just broke down our movies. He ain't break down Happy Gilmore.
Well, you didn't really give him much of an opportunity to.
Come on, let's break it down.
No, I think he's probably good. I think he's good. I think he's good for the night.
I think he just hit a golf ball very far.
He did hit a golf ball very far. We all try to Happy Gilmore every once in a while. Some people do a better job of it than others.
Adam Sandler, baby.
Yeah, well, Adam Sandler should have won, but not going to get into that. Should have won. Hey, Uncut Gems, man. That's
Uncut Gems is I would have took Uncut Gems on there.
It's not even a sports movie, dingus.
No, the basketball movie that he did recently.
I have not.
It's not
seen
Uncut
that
Gems.
yet.
It was when he was the scout.
Yeah.
When he gets
also true
the
story.
brother. Yes, he gets the brother of one of the Hernan Gomez brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet.
The
Have you seen it?
And Anthony Edwards is in the movie.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Oh, you have seen it.
That movie is
I have not seen
great.
that
It's
yet.
on Netflix. Go watch it.
I got to see that.
What is it called? Underrated, under something?
I can't remember.
Uncut Gems has him with KG in it, right? He's
Yes.
I ain't watched that one yet.
Oh, you haven't watched that yet?
No, I heard it was good, but the one, you got to watch the one, Hustle. That's it.
Yeah.
With Hernan Gomez, yes.
Yeah.
He goes and stakes his entire future on the kid from overseas
Yep.
because he's a scout. He got to push through.
Doesn't he work for the Sixers?
Sixers.
Yep, that's
No
right.
loyalty
Yep.
in sports.
Yep.
That's the motto of that movie, too.
All right. So we'll figure out the top 5. I don't know what that top 5 is going to be yet.
Crispy, can you watch Hustle this weekend?
How about top 5 comic book characters of all time? I just saw a Marvel commercial.
Are we just going comic
That's
books?
pretty good.
Or are we going like all time, just comic books? If we go Marvel, we already know who's number 1.
Well, I think if you just go comic book, then that gives you the opportunity to do both. So
Exactly.
you can do DC or Marvel. Because DC's got their fair share. It's going to be hard for me to not put at least one of them or maybe more on my top 5.
I won't put any of them from DC on mine.
Tells you what you know about comics.
Nah, I mean, Batman's overrated. Superman's overrated. That's another story.
We won't have that conversation today. Top 5 comic book characters of all time.
What could beat Superman? A green stone. That's it. Nothing else could beat him.
Top 5 comic book characters of all time.
A green stone,
That's
guys.
coming next week. That's coming next week. Or it's coming next week, not this week.
It won't be Superman on my list.
That's right.
Sounds like a plan. All right. So there you go. That is going to do it for us here at BallzOut Sports. I want to thank all of you for tuning in to our YouTube Live. If you can't catch us live, you can catch us on YouTube. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, Amazon. You can check us out everywhere.
All of it.
Everywhere. All of it. Our
Social
socials,
medias.
you will find out where our socials are here very shortly. Because I'm not going to go through all of them. God, there's so many.
I got it. All right. Let me see.
Oh, please don't make this long.
Come on. Question on me. There we go.
I thought we were doing this at the end of the show anyway.
Instagram. OnlyFans.
That's what the videos are for.
I thought we normally go down them.
Go for it.
You know what? Forget it. I'm into my self-promotion. At ShalaShashko51. That's me. Follow me. All of them. Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, all that stuff. Threads. Just follow me on there. BallzOut Sports. BALLZ. Out Sports. All of them.
You forgot how to spell out.
No, I don't want to say OUT. That's why. Just BALZ sounds better.
Okay, all right, cool.
You interrupted me.
I did.
Derailer.
Oh, well, you know, I do it once in a while. It's sort of there's an understanding of what happens.
I'm at my word limit for the day. BallzOut Sports.
You said
all
that
of
at
them.
the beginning
Follow
of
it.
the show.
Follow them all. All the socials. Follow it. Right now.
Do it. All right, everybody. We appreciate you. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate what you're doing on the other side of the cameras over there, keeping us afloat, keeping us doing what we do. I am Jonas Mount. For all on my left,
I'm here, guys.
and Chris be back in Greenville, South Carolina.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Until next time.
Oh my goodness.
Suck it, jabroni.
Stay hydrated.
Yo, watch the podcast, dog. All right? You get to see me and me and me with my broken ass finger, okay? I'm here. What is this, Tuesdays? Every Tuesday night from 9 to 11. Live on the YouTubes. Check us out on all the socials. At Shalashaka51. That's me, first of all. I got to promote myself, even with my broken digit. Secondly, I'm a
Nobody cares.
Almost lost my life. Secondly, I'm promoting this show, which is at BallzOut Sports. BALLZ. That hurt. BALZ Out Sports on all your socials. Christian, they should be that area. Load them into the belt.